Hey, howdy, it's Blugubrious. As you can see by the title of the video, I'm about to talk because I can't imagine there being a title of the video that turned into some sort of incredible improvisational guitar. So yes, I'm going to talk. Fair warning, I'm going to talk a lot. This could be a long one. Like I'm even, instead of saying quick, saying long. But I do want to talk mainly because, and I'm going to do the YouTuber thing. I have something important to say about you at the end of this video. Isn't that what the YouTubers do? Where they bait you in and they got you now locked in. Something amazing is going to happen for you at the end of the video. Well, I'll just go ahead and tell you what it is. I respect you a lot for your time and all of that. So if you want to go ahead and skip the video now that I've given the punchline, that's fine. But I am going to talk here a bit, if you'll let me, about AI, artificial intelligence, if you didn't know what that stood for, particularly in music and in art, not necessarily in, utilitarian ways and technology or medicine. I think AI is okay if it helps you figure out your kidney problem or whatever. Yes, I hate AI. I mean it when I say it. But I feel like I have to give a really big disclaimer before I start talking. And let me go ahead and do that now so that I can save you the trouble of getting upset or worrying about anything I'm going to say. When I say I hate AI, I mean nothing at all about you. I am okay if you like AI. I'm cool with that. I don't really think about what other people think of AI. I'm just talking about what, for me, and my thoughts on it. So you're not going to hear a should or an ought or what you should think. No. This is a judgment-free zone. I don't mind hearing your opinions. I love when people share their opinions in the comments, but please know that I'm not here to change your opinion. In fact, when was the last time that ever happened? When was the last time somebody made a statement like I hate AI and it changed somebody's opinion? You know what? Now that you've said you hate it, Blugubrious, I hate it too. That's not what we're doing here, okay? So I care about you. I'll explain that, like I say at the end, like a good YouTuber. But for now, if I could get what I want out of our time, if you listen, watch this video, if you're still here, hang in there. What I would hope to get is for you to say something like, hey, Blue, you know what? I appreciate that you've thought through this and you have a take and that you care enough about me to use what you think in a way that might benefit all of us. So yeah, that's it. Yeah, let me emphasize that a little bit too. The idea of me hating something is not me saying you liking it is bad. We all do this. Everybody does it. Like the second somebody says they love tube amps, the modeler guys stand up and say, well, modelers are better and they can do more and vice versa. And I don't know if you know this, there's sort of a psychological underpinning to all of that, if you would like to take it with you, that the louder and stronger you get on your opinion, the more you push people who have an opposite opinion into their opinion. I don't know if you know that, but it happens. So the louder you argue, the more the people who are arguing with you think what they think. And you don't win an argument by making people stronger in theirs. You win an argument by getting people to consider yours and maybe even adopt it. So just so you know that, this is why my country is divided in half right now. The United States is divided because if I say I like something, the people on the other side of the aisle automatically either hate me or they think I hate them. And that's not how it should work. That's not how there's friendships developed and things like that. So please make sure you know that. Make sure you know that about people, that I'm just sharing my guts here. I just want to give you my opinion, mainly because of you. Well, we'll get to that in a while. I'm going to talk a lot about myself, but ultimately I'm kind of self-conscious about this stuff because you're watching my videos. So I thought I would share with you. So I do not expect us to be the same. I expect us to be different, and I'm okay with our differences if you are. I don't need you to agree with me. I don't need you to argue with me. So I'm giving you a promise. If you try to argue and tell me I'm stupid, I probably won't engage. Because I don't think you're stupid if you love AI. I don't know if you know this. We want to talk about a hot take, controversial take. I hate broccoli. Man, I hate it. And you don't need to tell me how great it is. You don't need to tell me of the health benefits. You don't need to tell me how much better it is if you unbroccoli it with garlic and cheese. I hate it. I don't like it. I don't enjoy it. I still eat it. I still eat it because it's good for me and my wife works hard to make it good for me. But I do hate it. Me hating it doesn't mean anything bad about you if you like it. All right? We're allowed to have different opinions. I hate country music and soccer too. Do you hate me for that? Well, then maybe we can't be friends because I don't hate you if you like country music. I mean, I wonder a little bit about what's going on with you, but I'm just joking. All right, now, why am I making this video? I'm making the video because I had never expected to have an audience on YouTube. The other day, my wife told me that I have 703 subscribers, and I didn't know that. Or over 700 now, I think it's 703. Might be less after this video. I didn't know that. And so because of that, and because people might be watching what I'm doing, I feel the need to express some of my heart on these things and how I think about it, so you know where you stand with me and you know what I think of you. If you watch these things, I value your time. I'll get to that again later about AI particularly, but right now what I mean is I didn't know I would have an audience. Now that I do, I want to show respect. So this video is done sort of in good faith that I'm sharing my heart with you, so you know what you can expect and how I don't want to waste your time. You might find out at the end of this, because of my views of AI, that you don't want to watch anything I do. I get it. I would understand that. I've never expected anybody to listen to me, so I'm surprised that you are now. So here we are. Now, let me get rolling here on that I hate it and why I hate AI. Why, to me, artificial intelligence is bad. You're going to find out throughout this video that it really has nothing to do with how other people use it or even what you think of it. It's more about me and sort of what I'm about here, even on the channel, what I'm trying to accomplish by making music and sharing things here. So the first reason, the main reason I hate AI is that I hate me. Now hold on. Give me a second. What I mean by that is because of my background and various emotional, psychological, spiritual things that have happened to me in my life, I have major confidence issues, major insecurity issues, and I don't shy away from sharing that with you all. I've already done it. You can go watch my video on, what's his name, Giacomo, and that he makes me insecure. Well, this is similar to that. Because of that, because I don't think I'm any good at anything, and because I expect mediocrity from myself, I rarely think anything I do is good. I don't want to be anything other than mediocre. I don't want to be anything other than I am. In fact, I stopped years ago learning other people's music because it made me so insecure, not because I couldn't play it. When I was in our band back in the day, we played all covers and we did a pretty good job with them. I listen to them now and I think, hey, that band's worth paying, you know? But what I mean is, I don't think what I do is good. I don't want to learn other people's music and ruin it by putting me on it. I feel like I will ruin it by touching it. So because I don't think I'm any good, I don't expect to give you anything that's all that good. But here is what I do expect to give you. The real me. That's what I expect. That when I'm playing music, I will do some cheats. I might do an edit here and there or whatever. But the performance, the me, the sound, all of that, that's me, for better or worse. So I want to get the real version of things I watch, and I want to be real and authentic for people who watch my things. I think if I put AI and try to make myself sound better than I am and all of that, that the fake version of me is not the version I want to give to you. But also, importantly to me, is that the fake version of me condemns the real version of me. So if I have to fake something and use AI to make myself look or sound better than I am, it's telling me I'm not good enough, and I already think that. I already feel like I'm not good enough. So I don't need some AI perfection to make me feel worse about myself. And in fact, the videos I make that where I have improv in the title of the video, that when it says improv, the length of those videos is exactly the length to the point where I mess up bad enough that I can't continue. Almost all of them. That's true of almost all of them. So that if I can play well for 2 minutes, or I flubbed at 2 minutes and 1 second, that video is 2 minutes, maybe a minute 59. That's where I end it. So I love producing, I love making music, but this thing I'm talking about where I hate myself and I have massive insecurity, it goes to all areas: music, video, graphics. Even now, this voiceover, I'm so self-conscious about even starting it. I'm not trying to be great. I'll never think I'm going to be great. Music was never intended for me to show you how great I am. I never expected anybody to watch it. And so because I hate myself, I hate AI because it makes me hate myself. And what I mean by that is if I'm using artificial intelligence in music and pretending it's my own, or using it to fix things and pretending it's my own, I feel bad about me because it's not the real me. And as crazy as that might sound, I would rather give you the mediocre me instead of the AI version of me. That sounds good. Like I say, I will cheat. I've done some production tricks and I don't mind that. I don't mind the talent of production, like spending time EQing things well and even editing. I have a song on my channel called Breathe. And if you listen to the guitar solo at the end of that, it's one of my favorite guitar solos I've ever done that I didn't actually do. It's me playing every note. But what I did was I did the comp thing. I played 3 or 4 passes and I chopped it up, man. I was like slice and dice and ended up with parts that I moved around. I did all of the editing production tricks you can do to make the solo I liked. But here's the thing. I was doing that to work on my production techniques. And the truth is, I couldn't play that. I couldn't. Right now, if I had to play that solo, I couldn't. I'm all about cheating, but that's still all me. That was me doing the production and cheating on my own production. That was me. I might tune vocals here and there. Here's another trick. On the cover I did of Eye of the Tiger, the background vocals are all the main vocal pitched up with like tuning software. I just couldn't hit the harmonies and I didn't have time to try, so I cheated. So I'm all about that. I'm not saying we have to be perfect and only first take perfection. No, I'm not that. But I am saying that AI is not that. AI replaces the you in that equation. AI isn't you amplified, it replaces you, and that's why I don't like it. So I want my expression that I give you to be real. I want it to be the real me. And I'm telling you right now, the real me is not like that much. And I'm willing to give you the mediocre. I'm willing to do that. And in fact, that's what I'm doing right now. I'm showing this to you. I'm trying to lay it out for you. That I want to give you the mediocre version of me so that there's never any question. I'm never pretending. You never think I think I'm great. You know, I haven't yet asked for a subscriber. I haven't yet asked anybody to like a video. Imagine that, me saying I hate myself, but please subscribe to my channel. I've never done that. So that's where we're at. The first reason I hate AI is because I hate me. I don't like the way AI makes me feel about me. I want to do the best I can, the most genuine version of myself that I can. And if people want to watch that, I am super grateful. I'll get to that again at the end. But for now, I don't like it. If you have confidence enough and it doesn't bother you to like replace you with something or replace a vocal or make a song in AI and think that you made a song, if you can do that, that's fine. Please, like I said, I'm not saying anything about you, but if I do that, I feel like it's just an indictment on me and my lack of ability. And so that's the first reason. I hate me, so when AI makes me feel bad about me, I hate AI. So the second reason, now on to the second reason that I hate AI, and this is very much a me thing. Now this is totally my opinion here. Okay, again, not anything you need to feel like you need to fight against or anything else. This is a philosophy moment here, which is that most people in the argument that's for AI out there, this is where I will disagree with people, but again, not because I think they should think like me, but because of me, is when they say as long as the end result is good and as long as people like it, and as long as it accomplishes the goal and it gets listeners and all those things, then it's okay. And I just don't have that philosophy. I don't have the philosophy that says because a thing is good or popular or a lot of people consume it, that it's good in its nature. I don't believe that. I never have believed that. None of my favorite music has been the most popular music. And so to me, the ultimate goal is not enjoyment, happiness, fun. It's going to sound strange to you, but I've never played music for fun. I just told you earlier, I don't learn music because I don't like putting me on it. So I've never played music for fun. Happiness is a really elusive thing, and I don't try to be happy with music. If you can do that, I actually envy you. I'm not criticizing you if you can do that, but that's not me. Music for me has always been one thing. The main thing music has been for me is human expression. The expression of our common emotions, of our common feelings, of our common thoughts, maybe even philosophy, you know, in the more philosophical music. I'm careful about that because I've said before, I'm a religious guy, I'm a Christian, and so I want to be careful not to jam my faith down anybody's throat out here on YouTube. I like us just having a friendship on music. So I'm careful about that philosophy side, but the expression side, I think we can all agree that music does something that normal verbal communication can't. It touches the heart in a way that only music can. And for me, music, I can say this, I think it's safe to say that music literally saved my life. It saved my life. I'll talk about my upbringing a little bit in a moment, but for now, salt, fat, processed foods, those are bad for you. And I feel like AI is bad for me. And I probably think that for you too, but I'll leave that up to you. I feel like if you can have instant anything, it might not be the best version of that thing. I feel like things get cheapened when they're easy and instant. And that's what I feel about AI. And so I feel like AI, like anything, is a sort of a shortcut. And it's a shortcut for most people to pleasure and amusement. But I don't use music for pleasure and amusement. I don't play music for pleasure and amusement. To me, I used to say when I was playing in our band, because we had a few, I guess you call them fans. It sounds weird for me to say that. I'm self-conscious about saying I had a fan. But anyway, we used to have these guys that would follow us around to all of our gigs, and they loved us, man. They really loved us. And I feel like when I'm playing music up on the stage, that what I'm doing with my music is putting notes into my friend's air guitar. So I have these friends out there that weren't as good. They didn't have a following. They didn't have a band, but they loved music. They were learning guitar, and they would come to see us. And then when I'm playing, that's what I thought. I'm serving those people. Like, that's the way I think music, that's to me the best thing about music, is that you can help people, you can strengthen people, you can encourage people. So to me, music is not for fun. Now, sometimes music is fun. I do have fun sometimes playing music, but I'm just telling you purpose-wise, the end result of happiness, pleasure, getting a quick dopamine hit, I don't want that for my own music intake, and I don't want that from the things I produce. I want somebody to have some sort of, I don't know, the way they say, the kids say, feel some sort of way. I feel AI takes away from that in a dramatic way. So another part of that is the inevitability aspect, that people are saying it's going that way anyway. There's no point in fighting it. It's all going to be that way anyhow. Forget that, man. Forget that noise. I'm not going to go with something because that's the direction it's going. And here's where I talk about my upbringing a bit. My mom, when I was a kid, my parents divorced when I was young, and my mom, she actually died when she was my current age now. Years of substance abuse, really rough upbringing. I'll spare you all the gory details, but I do want you to know that at one point when I was young, my mother and some other family members, I don't want to incriminate them, they were doing drugs, and she tried to offer me the drugs, and I was a kid, I was a teen, and I said no, and I was mad that she tried to offer them to me, and she essentially said, "You're going to do it anyway, you should do it with me." All right? So because of that, at an early age, and I knew drugs were bad, and I knew they were not good, and I knew what they did to my family, and so I hated them badly. Like, I was angry. If you think I hate AI, you should know how I hate drugs. Because of what it did, it turned me into a rebel against it. All right. So by nature, if somebody tries to force me to do something and tell me it's inevitable, Blue, there's always going to be AI. You can't avoid it. Get on board. That's just going to make me fight it more. Back to what I said earlier about arguments. If you tell me I have to think away, or I'm wrong for thinking away, like everybody, I'm going to have that defensive posture that says, no, you're not going to tell me what to think. And so because AI is this inevitability, I feel like I want to fight it sometimes just for that reason. Like just to say no to it. Like, no, you're not going to push me around. So part of me hating AI is because I'm being told to love it, or it's being jammed down our throats. That's probably not healthy, but that is the way I am. I'm just being candid with you. So first, just to get us caught up, first reason I hate AI is because I hate me. I don't need anything making me feel worse about myself. I have enough of that internally. And so I don't want fake. I want real. And I would rather be a mediocre real than a AI adjusted fake. And that goes for me and the way I consume music and the way I produce music. And the second reason is just because people like something doesn't, in my opinion, make it good. And I hate AI because of that consumer mindset, that the end result of the most people saying it and it sounding just like the other things out there and it being perfection in production and all of that, that's not why I listen to music. I listen to music for connection, and the more of that AI fakeness that's in things, the less human connection I feel. So I hate it for that, and I don't want it around me. I don't want it on my things. I don't want to get the stink of that on my mediocre. I'm going to give my mediocre and not have it ruined by those things. Now, lastly, I told you, this is the YouTuber guy. I'm going to play YouTuber. All right, now, on to the conclusion. The last reason. I think I said main reason earlier about the other ones, but this one might be the main reason. The main reason I hate AI is because I love people. I mean, I love people. I am an empathetic dude, man. And I love people a lot. And if it's okay for me to say it, I've thought about whether I would include this today and say this to you, is that includes you, whoever's watching my videos. I never intended to have an audience. I told you that. I'm only at 700 subscribers now, but 700 is like a million to me because I didn't expect to have any. And so if you're watching this, especially if you got this far into the video, I really genuinely appreciate you. I don't want to go be that person that says I love you like I know you. Some of you I do. And I think it's safe to say some of you watching, I do love you like friends and brothers, right? I want to say that carefully so as not to sound trite or silly. When I say I love you, I mean it. And what I mean by that is I feel like if I'm going to be any good to another human, while I'm on this planet, if I'm going to be any good to you, it's going to have to be a real human connection that I have with you. And in my opinion, AI is not that. It's an amalgamation, an aggregation of the internet, right? That's what AI is. It's essentially a quick, massive Google search that gives a giant, massive result of everyone else's humanity encapsulated in this result. That's what it does. AI is not coming up with anything on its own. It's just essentially taking all the good humanity out there and spitting it out in its own computerized format. Now, that's kind of what we do with our influences and things like that, but hear me out, okay? Hear me out. I care too much about you to let AI be what I am to you. Imagine if I told my kids, I've raised 3 incredible kids. I love my kids. I can't even express to you how much I love my children. I've raised 3 kids that I adore. But imagine when they were growing up, if I told them, kids, I really want to be a good dad, so please go Google or check with Grok or ChatGPT or whatever other engines there are out there that are AI engines. Go ask them what a good dad is and just pretend once you get the result that that's me. Pretend that's what a good dad is and that's what I am, right? Or my wife, hey, it's our anniversary, dear. 30 something years now we've been married, and I wanted to really send you a sweet birthday wish or anniversary wish. And so here, instead of me doing that, hey wife, Mrs. Blue, go Google warm, romantic, tender anniversary wishes from husbands. And whatever AI gives you, just pretend that's me. That's what I think AI music is. And that's why I can't give that to you. Because if you're one of the 700, and now I don't know how many after this or later, that are watching my videos, you deserve better than that. You deserve better. And yes, I think my mediocre is better than that perfection. And if you're the person that says, no, I think it would be better if you use some AI, Blue, then I'm sorry, I'm not your guy. I'm not your guy. I've made some friends with a lot of people out here on YouTube, man, real friendships. People who are now dear to me in the indie music world. Unexpected to meet all of them. And I shout out to Metalhead Hippie, who used to have his show. He's the reason I met so many of these people. I would rather have a part-time, spare time musician whose music is not produced well, whose efforts are not top-notch, they're not out there doing screaming blues licks. I would so much rather listen to that than watch AI perfection. When I was a kid, I wanted to be an animator. That's actually how I met my wife, by the way. She took an animation class thinking it was part of her graphics degree for graphics communications, like graphic artist and things like that. So I tricked her. I didn't trick her to go take the class, but she was in the class, and then I tricked her to be my wife. So I got her there. But I used to love animation and cartoons. I wanted to be a cartoonist and an animator. And like Chuck Jones, if you go watch any of the Chuck Jones animation, when he did any of the Coyote animation or the Grinch or the Tom and Jerry's that he did, I just wanted to do that. That was a human being with his fingerprints on that artwork. And I don't care if AI can go steal from him and make something like it. I want Chuck Jones. People made those things, and I love them for it. Music, who are my favorite musicians, or photography, or videography, the people out here who are not just using AI things to edit and produce their videos. I don't even use ChatGPT for, well, anything. I've never used it. I don't know how it works. I have a friend who's a writer, and he's a fantastic writer. And I don't ever want to use ChatGPT because my friend is a good writer and he makes money writing. And I wouldn't want to do anything that could eventually down the line contribute to his not having work because I like him. So I'd rather have his writing than a perfect ChatGPT copy of it. So give me a mediocre human over a perfect robot any day of the week. And that's where I'm at here. I care too much about you to give you another piece of churned out, fake, artificially produced thing. So in summary, I don't like me because I don't like me, and AI is too perfect and too pristine. I don't like AI because it makes me not like me more. It makes me feel bad about my abilities. If AI can do a perfect guitar solo with a quick prompt, and I spent all these decades trying to be good at guitar, I don't need that guy around me because he makes me feel bad about myself. The second thing is, I don't care if lots of people do it. That doesn't mean it's good to me. I don't use music for consumption. I use it for therapy and medicine. And I want the human connection in music. I want it when I hear it, and I want to give it. I'd rather give you my mediocre, real human connection and try to speak to you and your heart and your emotions than whatever AI can do. And then lastly, it's because I care about you. I wouldn't want to give you a fake version of me. And if you wanted a fake version of me and you prefer the perfection, then go get it. Go type in prompts yourself and go get it. But here, you can pretty much rest assured that I respect you too much to fake too much. Now, again, I'm going to do an edit here. I might do a 2-camera angle take and a couple of takes on guitar and then splice them together. But it's always going to be me. I'm not going to cheat. I'm not going to say, hey, AI, make me a better guitar player. If I can't do that with practice, I'm not going to do it. I hope that is meaningful to you. I don't think I'm worth listening to. And because you listen to me, I want you to know I respect you enough to tell you where I stand on these things. This is me sharing my heart with you so that you never get any ideas that I'm ever trying to pull the wool over your eyes. Like this is, if I'm going to put my name on something, again, I'm not going to say it's going to be best. A lot of people would say that. If I put my name on something, it's got to be the best. I don't have the best. I don't have anything any good to put my name on. So you're going to have to take the Blue name and put it on this mediocre thing and say, you know what? It's that version of Blue that I'm listening to. That's the guy I'm listening to because that's all I am, okay? So back to the very beginning. It's okay if you use AI. This is all me telling you about me and what I accept for myself and what I would put in front of you. If you're going to give me your time, I want to give you something that's genuine, real, home-cooked from my heart that means something to me so that at the very least, I know I'm doing my part for you and I to have a meaningful human connection and you know that some algorithm didn't jump in the way in between us. All right? I hate AI. And it's okay if you like it, and it's okay if you use it. I do not judge anybody that uses it. That's up to other people. I don't see my friends doing AI thumbnails and think bad about them. I don't see my friends doing AI video content and think bad about them. I hate AI, and I'm cool if you don't. I won't judge anybody else for what they do with AI, thumbnails, or any other thing. But I'm not going to use them. I'm going old school photo editing, old school video editing, old school ghetto blues based guitar playing because I can't do anything else. I wish I could shred. And I hope that's okay with you. I hope you know that a big part of why I do that is I want to give you something real. I want you to know that there's a person out there, a human out there that is paying attention. He's paying attention and doesn't want to waste people's time. I care very much that you would spend your time with me, and you'll at least know that you're getting a real thing. All right, take care.